now is Wendy Mellon. She was a judge at the U.S. Figure Skating Championships, which determined the U.S. skaters who actually traveled to the Olympics. That's some tough work. I want to start with Wendy talking about what we're going to see tonight in prime time as we look at this. Okay, Gracie Gold, you know, America's sweetheart. We're all rooting for her. Who are her competitors, and what does she need to do to win tonight?
Well, a clean program would be a great way to start the evening. The skaters have required elements that they are required to do in the short program. Each one is assigned various points, and the skaters are judged on the grade of execution of the element, as well as component marks for their skating skills, transition movements. There's a variety of things we can talk about later if you want to go into that. But she will need to skate a clean program tonight because the competition is very stiff.
Now, you were showing me the sheet that you use as a judge to outline, and one of the things I didn't realize, you actually know what to expect because they give you sort of the program that, you know, they tell you what's in their program, what to expect, what order. But talk about the point system, because we've seen some flawless skating experiences, beautiful executions, but they come in, you know, 16th place, or somebody maybe falls, but they get a higher score. So how does that work?
Well, all the elements are that the skaters do. If it's a triple, you know, axel, for example, is assigned a certain number of points versus a double axel or a triple sow-cow. And you may see a skater go out there and perform, like as you said, a flawless program, might bring, you know, the house to their feet, a standing ovation, and yet another skater comes out and falls and comes out on top, and that's because they may have had a more difficult program and received higher points for the technical difficulty. They may receive 4 points for an element, and although they may have fallen, you take -3, they still come out ahead of someone who maybe only did a double or singled something.
Makes sense. That's where we at home are sometimes going, how does that happen? But it makes sense. Yeah. I want to talk about the placement of the jumps. You said you get sort of the order of the program, what they're going to do, but the placement of the jumps in the program, how does that affect how you score as a judge?
It does, because it's much more difficult to do some of the tougher elements at the end of a program. These ladies are pushing hard, and it's hard to get out of breath and keep a smile on your face and keep the energy level up in your program. So they are rewarded the last half of the program. There's a 10% bonus.
Really? Okay.
With the jump. So you may have two skaters that have identical programs as far as the elements that they are performing, and yet one skater's apt to come out on top just because they received added, you know, higher points because of the added bonus. At the end of the program versus the beginning of the program.
Well, all something to think about as we watch tonight. So we will continue to watch. We haven't said too much specifically about what she does tonight, but we kind of know. We gave a little tease there a moment ago where she finished. So we'll continue to watch that. Thanks for this great advantage point from what you do. So appreciate you coming in today.
We have some wonderful skaters to watch tonight.
We'll continue to cheer them on. All right, Wendy Mellon, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate it.